November 20th in Mandalay Bay. Terrence Bud Crawford versus Showtime Sean Porter. Everybody picks Bud to win that fight. That's gonna be a tough fight. We all know Sean gonna show up in good shape, and he's gonna be in bully mode, and he's gonna bring it. But that might be a mistake because Bud is such a technician, and his boxing IQ is so good. He can really make Sean Porter look like an ordinary fighter on November 20th. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah. You got to get at the Bud. Bud can move on his feet. He can, he can move his feet. He can switch on you, but he's definitely a better mover than Earl Spence as far as foot movement. So Bud is definitely tricky. So Sean and Kenny definitely has to be on top of that because if Sean try to jump in from too far, Bud gonna step back and counter. So Sean definitely has to, be more strategical as far as his attacks, as far as coming inside, bullying him. I want Sean to come out boxing, but coming forward. I want him to come forward, but moving his head. I want him to move his head, but double jabbing and coming forward. Because if you fight Bud like that, like that boy did, Bud get a little sloppy with them 74 inches arms. He gets sloppy if you come forward and aggressive against him in the boxing stance. That's why Gamboa was able to touch him. Mean Green was able to touch him. He's been touched Postal. A lot of times. Cal Brooks.
Postal rock him.
Yeah, Postal. Yeah. So you want to be able to get him to box because you want him to get a little comfortable before he can be able to switch his feet to get out of range. So that's why Sean and Kenny can't be predictable with that. That's why I wanted to come forward, grab behind a double jab, looking to throw a right hand. So when Bud is coming in with his shot, Sean could drop one of his on there if he move his head. And then he could bull in and catch Bud while he's in between punches. So it's going to be tricky, and Sean going to have to set it up like that. In my opinion, if he does that, that's going to set Bud a lot because it's going to throw him off his game plan. But if you try to bull in too far, Bud can shoot a jab. He got good uppercuts, and he can turn on you. So Bud definitely can do that. But like I said, lately he's been getting touched a lot. You can tell age is creeping up on him. So this is a make or break fight for Bud. And I'm always rooting for Kenny and Sean. Yeah, I'm always rooting for Kenny and Sean Porter. Like I said, Sean Porter rhythm is second to none. If he does it right, a lot of these guys can't switch up with him and keep up with him. What I mean by that is a lot of guys need stationary targets to be able to get punches off. But when Sean gets in you, if you ain't used to working on the inside up close, throwing short little hook shots and different shots like that, pivoting out, you're going to have problems.
Absolutely.
But Bud can move a little bit, but Bud going to have problems because his arms is long. Once Sean get in on him, see, Bud going to have to get them wide looping shots like he did. That's how Mean Green clipped him. That's how Gamboa was hitting him, even though Gamboa had shorter arms. He was quicker to the punch because Bud was bringing him so wide and stuff until Bud found that range. That's why it's got to be very careful what Sean is doing. That's why I want him to box, to set it up, get Bud comfortable, then bull in on him. That's the rhythm Sean has to do, in my opinion, to be victorious.
Does Bud stop Porter? Is this going to be the first stoppage for Porter's career?
No, I doubt it. I doubt it very seriously. If he cut him or something like that, he could get a stoppage. But as far as a punch or anything, the guys have to stop Sean Porter.
Porter too tough.
Bud Arsenal, I don't believe his Arsenal has enough. He's too tough. And plus, Sean can get on the inside of you. Once he get in the inside, if you can't let your hands go real up close, Sean can take over protected. And that's what he's going to be. Yeah, and he's going to be protected. I just want Sean to be able to throw punches to Bud's body. I don't want him to miss a bunch of shots to the head. I want him to be able to throw
Right.
punches to his body, but Bud's body. I want his percentage to come up a little bit in this fight.
Yeah, that makes
So I
sense. That make a lot
definitely
of
looking for, yeah, because Sean wastes a lot of energy and punches without landing. So if he can get his percentage up far, just touching him on the arm and stuff like that, different
pick his
punches like
shots
that,
better. Pick his
it's gonna
shots.
make a
You know,
big.
pick, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If Sean does that, he'll be a monster because, like I said, his rhythm offsets a lot of these cats. A lot of
Yeah.
these cats is robotic, systematic. So if you
Yeah.
disrupt that, they don't get can't think. You know, just like when Sean was up on Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman couldn't think until Sean made that separation. That's when Thurman started hitting him with hooks and keeping that separation. But when Sean was in his chest, he couldn't do nothing. That's why Sean was almost winning the fight, but he let off. Just like with Earl Smith. That's why Earl Smith started resorting to hitting real low blows, started using dirty tactics that a lot of people didn't give him credit for. So a lot of times, Kell Brook, once Sean got so close to him, Kell Brook started holding. So Sean definitely brings that out in guys. He definitely gonna bring that out in Bud if they do it correctly. And I'm
All
looking
right.
for Sean because he put a lot on the line for this fight. He said this is a make or break fight for him for the Hall of Fame. So Sean definitely said he wants that. So I'm riding with Sean Showtime Porter. Yes, I'm riding with him since he said that. This can get him in the Hall of Fame because he's been fumbling the ball against the A-side level fighters.
All the
And I
top
believe
guys for the
Bud has
championship.
the mechanics of an A-side. Yeah. Bud has the mechanics of the A-side fighter. He don't perform good against good fighters. He get hit too much, and I see the flaws on him. So if Sean does this right, Sean should be victorious. But
All right.
if he coming from too far, Bud can hit him with something. So I'm looking for Sean to pull this one. He gotta dig deep for this one against Bud, because Bud can move and give angles. So it's gonna be critical. Only thing I don't like about this fight, it seems like ESPN has more of the say in this fight.
Well, that's because Bob Arum and Top Rank, they got the champion, so it's their show, and they do.
Well, yeah, it can be like that. I guess, when Wilder and them fought, I guess since one was a champ, that's why it was dual promotions.
Yeah.
I just wanted
You saw
it to
it,
be,
and we have
I
problems
just,
with that because when they take over, it's hard for all of us media guys to get in the door because Top Rank and ESPN, they absorb all the credentials. So all the other journalists like myself and like you, we catch hell getting approved because Top Rank is in control.
exactly. So I just like when both of them, because it shows interest from Sean Porter and them side that they root for Sean to win this. So that's the only thing that I was leery about. It could be, I call it a Top Rank prank. Because they paid Amir Khan a bunch of money, and Amir Khan was looking good in spot in that fight, and then Cal Brook was looking good in spots in the fight with that jab, offsetting Bud, different things. So, since they paying out this $4-5 million for Bud Crawford fighters, so we'll have to wait and see what November 20th brings.
November
but I'm
20th
going
at
by
Mandalay Bay,
history.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I was at
going
that.
by
I was at
history
that
when I'm
Khan fight.
watching them Top Rank. Yeah, Khan was looking good, quick, fast, lane quicker
Boxing,
than Bud,
he was
touching.
boxing.
And then all
He was looking good. Like you said, he got caught.
So
He leaned right into that right hand.
Yeah. But like I said, but we'll see. But if Sean fight like he normally do, bring it and offset him, Sean will be in good position. I just want him to throw to the body a lot. Just arm, shoulder, touch anywhere. Don't get caught up in just winging shots. You want to place him right. So if he does that, I'm with the Porters. Yes, so I'm definitely rooting for Sean Porter.
All right, you heard the Wilder haters say
He definitely needed. Like Marcus said, Ohio runs boxing. Sean Porter from Cleveland, Akron area. I'm from Toledo. Not just based on that, but I like Sean Porter. Even his height, he got to use what he has. His rhythm, his dogness. He got to use that against, typical fighters that's bigger than him. So,
Yeah.
I definitely like that. So I always root for Sean. And plus, Sean can offset a lot of those guys. He can outbox a lot of those guys. Just because you're small, you can offset them with movement, coming in, pressure inside, fighting outside. You can throw them off because a lot of fighters is only dimensional.